Hey folks, after rewatching the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer several times, as well as making several videos, scanning through the new official artwork, and just generally having some more time to think, something big has occurred to me. The overworld of this game has a lot of mysterious things going on. I've touched on some of these mysterious things, such as Death Mountain spewing malice, but only briefly. So I've gathered up all of the overworld mysteries that I can find thus far in the new trailer, and in today's video, we're going to discuss all of them, as well as what could be going on. From malice spewing to the thunderstorms a brewing, let's get into this one. Be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here, and also be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, it really helps the channel out. And let's get into this one. So when I say overworld, I mean everywhere that we'll get to explore. The Kingdom of Hyrule, the underground, and of course, the sky. As this video is focused on the recent trailer, which only showed the surface and sky, let's begin on ground and work our way up. Starting off at Death Mountain. Both in the trailer and new artwork, we can see Death Mountain spewing up malice. Now, it may look like lava at first glance, but when compared to the malice coming from Hyrule Castle, especially in the artwork, we can match them up one for one. It's the exact same design and colour, it even flows in the same way. Both of these landmarks have a malice problem, but why? Well, in my opinion, whatever is going on at Death Mountain is connected to Hyrule Castle. The reason for this thinking is because Nintendo have very intentionally made sure that we can see both of these landmarks spewing malice in the same shot. Not just in the trailer, but also in this much clearer artwork. That wouldn't have been unintentional. The artwork literally focuses on 3 areas, and only 3 areas: the castle, mountain, and the storm. It's clear that at least the 2 malice-infested locations are connected. Now, we know that the castle is lifting because of something in relation to Ganondorf deep below the surface, so Death Mountain is presumably as well. What could this mean? In my opinion, it means that the caves leading to Ganondorf must have a connection to Death Mountain as well, whether that be the mountain having an entrance point, or perhaps just spewing out as the malice underground needed somewhere to go. I don't know. I am even considering the possibility of a dungeon being in here, with some dungeons being heavily connected to the King of Evil deep below, and that's why the malice is spewing out. I've kind of bundled the mountain and castle together here, as honestly they have to be connected in some way, in my opinion. It's been made very clear to us, the developers definitely want us to look at this, but they're leaving it a mystery for now. Moving on from malice spewing to a storm brewing, we have this mysterious tornado, cyclone, hurricane, whatever the correct term for this is going on, not far from Hyrule Castle, at least the one seen in this artwork. For the sake of my sanity, by the way, I'll just be referring to it as the storm. It's the third big mystery highlighted in this artwork, arguably more mysterious than the 2 malice mysteries, as it's something we haven't seen before in this time frame. We saw plenty of malice in the first game, but this is new. In the trailer itself, we see what I'd assume is one of these storms, but in the Faron region. It looks to have something to do with the rocks falling down onto Hyrule, and us as the hero scaling our way up to the sky. The exact location of this storm is debatable. This artwork isn't to proper scale, evident by the fact that Death Mountain isn't actually this close to Hyrule Castle. My initial thought was that it's directly above the Forgotten Temple, linking it to the sky as it has been theorized to date back to Skyward Sword. However, I have heard others suggesting it's more in the Hebra region, perhaps even Rito Village. Regardless, I get the feeling that this storm, or these storms, I don't know whether it's one that moves or multiple that pop up, I get the feeling that the locations don't matter as it will be in various locations throughout the game. What does matter to me is what is their purpose? As previously mentioned, we did see a storm in the Faron region in the trailer. We can clearly see a lot of small islands and rocks within the storm, indicating that we probably have to go inside and do something, or at least calm it down, I guess? Maybe these storms will act as mini dungeons in a sense. That's a random idea, but hey, you never know. All we can say for sure right now is that they'll definitely play a role in going up to the sky. Slowly making our way up, but still on the surface, why are the rocks falling? Why is the overworld being seen with these mysterious ruins? Well, they've fallen from the sky, that's clear enough. But why exactly? If the title of the game Tears of the Kingdom is in reference to these ruins falling, symbolically them being tears falling onto the kingdom, then we'll definitely find out in game. I mean, that's a given. But is this a mystery that can be cracked prior to release, with more trailers and showcases in mind? It's a 50-50 in my opinion. It's clear to me that it will be a big part of the story, but is it one that the developers want to be learnt by the players prior to release, or at least able to be learnt? I'm not so sure. My guess at this moment in time would be that due to whatever is going on with Ganondorf and this presumably ancient seal, or when it breaks more so, something in time breaks, causing these islands to both come lower, but also crash all the way onto the kingdom. Whenever this seal is disrupted, something in the universe was disrupted. That's my current take. It's certainly one of the most intriguing mysteries at this moment in time. Speaking of time, it's almost time to soar into the sky fully, but not quite yet. One more overworld mystery down on the surface: what are these green designs on the overworld? As well as, where have the ancient columns gone? I've bundled these two mysteries together as they all take place in the same scene. In the final scene of the trailer, we see Link falling down, landing on this thing, and then transitioning to the logo, title, and release date. Within this shot, we can see two very mysterious, large green depictions on the overworld, as well as the ancient columns just not being present at all. Starting with the two large depictions, why are they here? Many theorists across the internet have begun discussing them, particularly this one, as it appears to be the same figure seen in the carvings. The other, at least in my eyes, isn't as identifiable yet. The thing I am most interested in is what is their purpose. Not so much who are they depicting or how did they get here, but what is the purpose of this? My current guess is that these have something to do with the 7 tears seen in the carvings as well. Maybe we seek these large green pictures out in order to find them. The tears, that is, but that's just a guess. Yet again, another incredibly interesting mystery. As for the ancient columns being missing, what can I say? Maybe they've shot up into the sky somehow. Maybe this is in a different time frame. I honestly don't know. Yet again, another interesting mystery. Oh, and small note, we also don't know what the heck these things are yet. Most likely something to do with getting up to the islands, possibly in relation to this mechanic, but we can't say for sure just yet. In general, all the mysteries in this one frame, or few frames, are probably some of the most intriguing we've seen so far. Like, I honestly don't know what to say about these ones. I can't wait to find out what they are, and what they mean. Everything. I can't wait to find out everything about them. Finally, we've reached the Skylands. The first overworld mystery up here is: where is the big door? Where exactly does this first scene take place? Not the clever transition cut as well, but solely just this first clip of Link pushing the door open and running ahead, before it cuts. It appears to be high up. Well, no sh**. What I mean is there isn't a surface or ground straight ahead. It's as if this is like a platform above an island, perhaps high up on this large structure. Could this be a dungeon? This being the end of it? That's getting a bit ahead of myself, but I will admit that is a possibility. Wherever this is must hold some form of significance. They wouldn't show it this way otherwise. My honest guess right now is that this is within this large tower seen right after, and also in the second trailer. Whilst we're up here and on the topic, what is this large tower scene? Technically, the entire Skylands are an overworld mystery, but we know that. The biggest feature in this shot in terms of the overworld is by far this tower. We've seen it twice now, but have no development on what it could actually be. The two ideas going around that I've heard the most is it A, being some sort of hub to the Skylands, or B, it being a dungeon. It looks a little bit small to be a dungeon in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I personally feel that it will be some sort of hub or place of importance up here, and that these big doors are part of this structure, just on the other side. Maybe we have to work our way up there. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But it's another intriguing mystery that we'll just have to wait and find out about. Now, for the last overworld mystery that I'd like to discuss. One that is part surface and part sky. The Great Deku Tree. Where is the guardian deity of the forest? Ever since the Great Deku Tree was spotted missing in these trailers, fans began to speculate as to where the deity is gone. With this new trailer, it has become more clear that some islands could be lifting directly from the surface, rather than falling down. A mix of both, more than likely. The Great Deku Tree has been seemingly missing in a few shots. Where is he? Well, many fans are speculating that the entire deity, the entire tree, has been lifted into the sky, and whilst being an absolute reach and a half, some even suggest that this branch is that of the Great Deku Tree. Now, this is a huge mystery, one that we can't really even begin to try answering, but one that I felt had to be in this video. The Great Deku Tree is home to the pedestal the Master Sword rests within. Perhaps in our quest to fix the blade, we must seek out the Great Deku Tree once more, but this time, in the sky. And if you think about it, that idea isn't exactly too far-fetched or out of the realms of possibility. The Master Sword needs fixing. Where do we find the Master Sword in the first game? Yeah. I wouldn't write this idea off. Not yet. That is every overworld mystery that I could find within the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer. If I missed any, be sure to let me know, and if you have anything else to add to these mysteries, please do leave a comment down below. There is a chance that I've missed a few just based on what my definition of overworld is compared to yours, but hey, that happens. Just let me know, and I'll be sure to include them in another video. As well as all of that, be sure to drop a wee like down below if you enjoyed, and also consider subscribing for more fabulous Zelda content. Both would make my day. Follow my socials linked below to keep up to date, and as always, a huge, massive, amazing shout out goes to all of my channel supporters. Thanks a ton. Your support really helps me to make these videos week in, week out, all month long, 365 days a year. If you'd like to join them and get yourself a shout out upon joining and your name at the end of every video, as well as my personal gratitude, then consider supporting via the links below. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.